Okay, next we're going to talk about the disjunction, which is that thing, and presumably you've already gone over the rules for the disjunction. So here's the sentence: P or Q. Now we're asserting one of these two is true, maybe both of them. So here we have both of them are true, so our sentence obtains. And here we have at least one of them. And here we have at least one of them. But here we don't have either one of them, so we can see that we do not obtain only in one case. All other three cases obtain on this truth table. Next we have the negation. And negation's easy. Non-P is there, and it just means not P. So if P is true, tilde P would be what? False. And if P was false, tilde P would be true. Now, double tildes work the same way double negatives do in math. A double negative is a positive. Now we're going to look at combinations of things. So we're going to have here, we can do away with this, we're going to have what's called our universe of discourse, or the abbreviations we're working with. Call it what you will. Our universe of discourse in this case is going to consist of the following sentences. The steam engine is the greatest invention of the modern era. The computer is the greatest invention of the modern era. The zipper is the greatest invention of the modern era. And E stands for easier. And this stands for the zipper has made our life easier. The zipper specifically. East talks to the zipper specifically. That's our universe of discourse. Now if we wanted to say either the steam engine or the computer are the greatest invention, but the zipper's not the greatest invention. However, it has made our life easier. So we want to say the zipper does make life easy, but one of these two is the greatest invention of the modern era. The zipper's not the greatest invention of the modern era. How would we say that? Well, we would say either the steam engine or the computer is the greatest invention of the modern era. And we would also say it is not the case that the zipper is the greatest invention of the modern era, although it is true that the zipper has made our lives easier. So the steam engine or the computer must be the greatest invention of the modern era, and the zipper is not, although it has made our lives easier. There we go. That's a pretty big sentence there. 4 terms we're working with. And in this case, just to note, that would be our central connective if we put this on a truth table and evaluated it. We'd be looking at this ampersand. Okay, let's look at the way that parentheses come into play here. Let's say we want to say that Sherlock Holmes does not like criminals, and Watson does not like criminals. Or who is it? Watts, right? Yeah, Watson. So let's say our universe of discourse is this. Holmes likes criminals, and Watson likes criminals. That's our universe of discourse, is to state that they like criminals. So how are we going to say that they don't like criminals? We could say it like this. It is not the case that Holmes likes criminals. And we would ampersand, it is not the case that Watts likes criminals. We could do that. But watch what we can do with a set of parentheses around the or. We could say it is not the case that either Holmes or Watts likes criminals. By putting the tilde around this whole thing, we're putting the tilde then acts on the center jig. What's that? Whatever that's called. So, by distributing the tilde over the entire term, we're able to say either this or this is impossible. Either one of them is impossible. It has to be neither. And that's the same thing as this, logical equivalence. not one or the other is the same as saying both are not. Both are not true, and not either is true. It is not the case that he was both drunk at the wheel and sleepy. He was drunk at the wheel, he was sleepy at the wheel. And we're saying it's not the case that he was both drunk at the wheel and sleepy at the wheel. If we took the parentheses off, we could get this out of it. He was either not drunk at the wheel, or he was not sleepy at the wheel. Because we're saying here just that he wasn't both. So we could say that again as one of these two fails. He was not both. He couldn't be both D and S. Either D or S has to fail. Logical equivalence. Those are the same statement.